Thanks for tuning back in. I'm Tommy Campbell, still bald, still in my basement, despite the fact that I'm funded by George Soros, Big Pharma, and China. Donald Trump was charged with 34 criminal counts of falsifying business records. And if you're only watching right-wing news, you'd think Trump was forced by Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Mitt Romney, and the Green New Deal to repeatedly cheat on his wife, make these hush money payments, and falsify business records 34 times to cover it up and pay even less in taxes. Falsification of business records is a crime, and it becomes a felony when it's used to commit another crime. Donald Trump was arraigned in Manhattan and traveled to New York without Melanie because that's a tough one to pitch to the wife.
I'm going to Manhattan because of the way I handled the paying off of the broads. I totally underwhelmed while you were at home with our infant son. So I'm guessing you'll want to totally sit this one out, Melanie.
This is really cool.
It is pouring MAGA tears. I get into the statement of facts, Trump's reaction at Mar-a-Lago, mock the clown car supporting the diapered defeated former president, including Lindsey Graham, who again opened the floodgates for the guy he said would destroy his party and they would deserve it.
I'm sorry I'm so upset, but please help President Trump. If you can afford $5 or $10, if you can't afford $1 fine, just pray. Make sure you vote as early as you can in your state. Don't risk anything anymore. Vote as soon as you can. Pray for this country. Pray for this president. And if you got any money to give, give it. LindseyGraham.com. It doesn't go to me. It goes to helping this president and taking back the Senate.
Check out Star Spangled Stupid going commando with these ridiculous overalls. Whoever runs against Trump should just get shirts and posters made up with this image on it. Any questions? Yes, all the usual stable geniuses were out in support of Donald Trump. The anti-vaxxers and anti-maskers sure love to lay on the horn. They're just looking for every opportunity to show that you don't need opposable thumbs to honk. Look at these smooth brainers waiting for their cult leader. The Born to Ride Donald Trump bikers never fail to crack me up. Come on, how many names did they pitch before they settled on one that sounds like they were put on Earth to sit on Mango Mussolini's lap? Trump or death? Let's go Darwin. Trump went to Mar-a-Lago backed by Marjorie Taylor Greene, George Santos Goldbergstein, Carrie Lake, Roger Stone, and Mike Lindell. It's not going well when your corner guys are the one with a Nixon tattoo on his back, the spork-footed Jewish space lasers nutjob, the guy who pretends to be Jewish, the dyed mustache pillow manufacturer gone mad, and the filter-faced Fox News Arizona anchor.
We're going to let you break it. We have a cameraman and someone else in a certain state, but we said we're waiting for Mike to break all this news.
And I just got stung by a bee, Brandon.
What? I hope you're not allergic, are you?
No, I'm not allergic.
Okay.
I'm going, what is that pin going into me? Anyway, here I am in Mar-a-Lago, everybody. I had to run over here where I was in with the press in here for a few hours, but I promised everybody some big news that had nothing to do with what I will tell you is the silver lining though what's going here. I got to fix this. Hold on, Brandon. I got issues going on here.
No problem. And we have Linda ready whenever you're ready.
Right. Okay. Hold on. This is.
We're going to another camera shot.
Lindell shows up, gets stung by a bee, struggles with his iPhone, and then goes on to talk about how nice Mar-a-Lago is. I hope that bee gets checked for whatever Mike Pillow has. Trump used the opportunity to trot out a series of lies, said inflation was the highest in 60 years. Last week he claimed it was 50, said $85 billion of equipment was left in Afghanistan. It's more like $7 billion. He brought back his millions of illegal votes claims when we know this did not happen, and the few instances of fraud that did happen were of course committed by MAGA. Trump said he'd been working with NARA very nicely until the August search, when NARA actually spent more than a year trying to get the official documents from Trump, and then he still kept them after the DOJ issued a subpoena for them. He also claimed he'd been negotiating with NARA, and there's no such thing as negotiating with NARA. They have a law, and that's it.
But they didn't lose a dollar with us during this period of time. In fact, the banks we're talking about made almost $200 million off Donald Trump, and they like me very much. We never missed a payment, never got a default notice, had a great relationship with all of them. I don't need banks. We have a lot of cash. I built a great business with my family, built a fantastic business.
Wait, wasn't Lindsey Graham just begging for people to chip in to keep Diaper Dawn in Depends? Last time I checked, the hosts on Shark Tank aren't constantly asking for you to send them money. Hillary Clinton, the one that wasn't arraigned, said years ago, maybe he's not as rich as he says he is.
Voices right now. Start speaking out, telling people you stand with President Trump. Wear your MAGA hat. I wore a Trump 2024 hat in the airport last night.
Oh, yeah. Well, how was that?
It was great. Everyone was giving me the thumbs up. Yeah, we're with Trump.
Well, you're at his doorstep. That's like going to a Rolling Stones concert and boasting about how people were giving you a thumbs up for wearing an Exile on Main Street shirt. In a 13-page statement of facts that served as the hot French fries along with Mr. Trump's indictment hamburger, prosecutors wrote, the defendant, Donald J. Trump, repeatedly and fraudulently falsified New York business records to conceal criminal conduct that hid damaging information from the voting public during the 2016 presidential election. Mr. Trump and others violated election laws, falsified business records, and mischaracterized payments for tax purposes. Prosecutors said Mr. Trump orchestrated a scheme with others to influence the 2016 election, beginning with an August 2015 meeting in which then American Media Inc. chief executive David Pecker offered to be his eyes and ears by alerting Mr. Trump's lawyer, Mr. Cohen, to any negative stories about the candidate before they were published. And American Media Inc., the publishing company with a tight relationship to Trump, paid a former Trump Tower doorman who claimed to have a story about Trump fathering a child out of wedlock. And if someone just has a story, you don't pay. Remember, Donald Trump famously says over and over he doesn't settle, but he often does. A porn star, a Playboy model, and a doorman. It's the party of family values.
What are you looking forward to either seeing and hearing from the president today?
Just keep talking about truth.
Yeah.
All the truth.
In terms of education, what would you like to see him change or improve or suggest?
Enforce God and patriotism back into the schools.
Yeah,
These people are starving for a dictatorship. Enforce patriotism? This isn't North Korea. And enforce God? I mean, come on. Which of the thousands of gods does she mean? Stormy, whose legal name is Stephanie Clifford, no relation to the big red dog, says she slept with Trump one time in 2006. This was just months after Melania Trump gave birth to their son, Barron. Although Stormy says her experience was a one-off, McDougal says her affair was not, and that it went on for a long time. She also received $150,000. For 11 months, Trump reimbursed Cohen. 9 checks were signed by Trump, and each was processed by the Trump Organization and illegally disguised as a payment for legal services rendered pursuant to a non-existent retainer agreement with Cohen. Trump released products with a faux mugshot that put him down as 6'5". This man cannot be honest about anything. Guilty, 6'3". Come on. For all my regular viewers and those new to the show, thank you. I'm glad you found me. For several months, I've been reading a genuine page from Lauren Boebert's book. I do this once a week, and it's been pretty wild. In this section, we are at her place of work, about to search for an intentionally missing hamster. Let's get back to it. The fine mesh of Craig's pool net mashing against my plastic adult store glasses and cake makeup face made everything a blur, but I knew it did not end there. The silent crowd had turned to an uproar. I was like the Rocky Balboa of mildly exotic dancers up here, and for them, seeing Lauren Opal Boebert with a fine mesh sack over my head was like a morning hot version of those prisoners that the army had fun with at Abu something something place. You remember the pictures from the net, the internet. Craig pulled me off the stage to the laughs and cheers and then lifted the net off my head. No hard feelings, he said. And it made me chuckle for a second, because on our wedding night, my husband, Jason with a Y, drank a bottle of this homebrew vodka his buddy made. And when we went to do it, he said, no hard feelings, and then passed out with one cowboy boot on, drool down his chin, and a mushy macaroni between his legs. I was pretty toasted myself, so I just opened up our wedding presents, hoping to find some snacks to soak up the blue Hawaiians I'd funneled. I told Craig, No hard feelings. And he said, "It's time to release the hamster." I carefully pulled Mountain Dew out of my denim short shorts pocket. He was definitely a bit smushed, but expanded like one of the sponges at the bikini car wash I worked part-time at. He got his shape back quickly and did his little blink blinks. Craig tickled his furry little head and gave Johnny D the signal, who jumped on the mic and let the place know. "All right, guys, welcome to Lady Buns, Colorado's premier adult entertainment venue, home of the Rocky Mountain Broadway Topless Tornado Water Show, top touring dancers, classic rock hits, 2-for-1 shooters at the Shooter Bar, discount breakfast shows featuring up-and-coming performers, our signature Denver Wet Omelet, and the once-a-year annual Hide the Hamster Challenge featuring Mountain Dew." The frenzy was contagious, like one of Jason's sores, and the entire time the announcement was being made, I was looking around for Jason. You see, he has a tendency to disappear, but usually that's just his parenting trick, or when he needs to meet someone from the internet in the old wood shack off the 36. No questions. It was like a fairy tale. If you've enjoyed this genuine page from Low Rent Booze Burp's latest book, let me know in the comments and I'll see about reading another sometime soon. Please stop throwing fake eggs, etc. at the screen. It's distracting, annoying, and not funny. MAGA Tears. Carrie Lake is hot and his guy's a fruit. MAGA Tears. What's the bet this bald cis does things, use imaginations, in parking lots at night for money? Just saying. MAGA Tears. China plant soy boy. MAGA Tears. Thanks so much for watching. Help me out by joining us in the comments, sharing this video with a friend, and following me on social media. I am a one-man show here, from script to screen, the editing, even the graphics. Please throw me a tip with the easy PayPal link, or hit that super thanks button, and be sure to check out my mugs that go great with those MAGA Tears. I am a stand-up comedian. I've played in 35 countries, and I've toured with Jim Jefferies for nearly 10 years. I have 3 albums and a brand new EP from my opening set on Jim's latest Netflix special. You can stream these on Spotify, Apple Music, or catch them on SiriusXM. Thanks for helping me make this show possible. Life's short. Be cool, be kind, take care.